Howdy everyone, Pocher here with an Age of Magic video. In today's video we're going to do another champion spotlight, so let's head over to the character page and see what this character is all about. So we are looking at Maeglin, the Wild Elf Rogue. Guys, I already know that the character may not be able to compare to some other unmentionable characters at the moment, but that's not the point. The idea of these videos is to show the hero to you. You guys can decide whether it's good or not yourself and do what you wish. So, Maeglin, pretty awesome looking. First character to be introduced to the game with a bow. Unfortunately, not a ranged character. But as you can see, he's moving around with that dagger. So, Maeglin comes in with hit points at 1.7 million. Speed at 230. Pretty solid. Armor, 13k. Magic damage resistance, 19k. Basic damage, 195k, critical hit chance at 35, and critical damage, 325. We'll go over his stats like normal. That way you guys can pause it wherever you want. Have a look at anything specific that you would like to see. And yeah, you can compare it to other heroes as you see fit. We'll jump over into some little battles now. Look at his abilities, what he can do. Maybe figure out what he might be good with. I just knocked my iPad off the desk. That's fine. Let's go over into the arena. So his basic attack is Dagger Strike. At level 7, damages one target. If Maeglin is already hidden, he has a 20% chance per wild elf in the party that the duration he will hide for is increased by 1. So at a full team of wild elves, you could have a 100% hide chance, assuming that he's already hidden. His damage there, pretty straightforward. We're going to go ahead and attack Silvermoon with his basic to see the animation. Pretty decent. Just dashes across the field with a bit of shadow, and yeah, does his basic attack and triggers the rogue class mark. Probably one of the few marks left in the game that people kind of use. I don't know. Anyway, I wish marks were reworked. But anyway, not the point. Let's move on to his next ability, his first special, and see what he can do. So, moving on to his first special, You Can't See Me. Pretty basic name. Hides for 2 turns, has a 20% chance per wild elf in the party to increase own chance of dealing a critical hit to 100% for 2 turns. So, pretty nice damage increase. 100% critical chance. The only other character that has an ability like that is Steris, but he only lasts for 1 turn. Guaranteed crit for 1 turn. So pretty nice damage. It's a shame it relies on him having wild elves in the team. It'd be nice to see new characters being released with abilities that can work by themselves in a way, you know, where they don't purely depend on other faction members. That way you have more option to mix and match them with other heroes. But anyway, here we'll show the ability in action. You Can't See Me. There you go. He goes and hides, and he's got the guaranteed crit. Pretty awesome. I mean, the animations are always nice. I don't know what to say about that. The ability is pretty cool as well. But like I said, it'd just be cool if it was a standalone ability instead of having to rely purely on RNG if you're not using him with other wild elves. His second special ability is Ranger's Shot. Rangers... oh, I'm not even going to bother. Damages 1 target. If Maeglin is already hidden, then after he deals damage, he reduces the target's initiative by 80%. So pretty solid. We're going to go ahead and use it on Silvermoon, reduce her initiative by 80%. That's good. It's not a standalone ability. It doesn't require any wild elves, so happy about that. Let's see what its damage is like with the guaranteed critical hit. Should be 648k. Pretty solid. So yeah, nice. That's actually really nice. 600k didn't do that much damage to her, but it's a pretty decent hit. Alright, we'll jump over, have a look at his passive now, and yeah, you guys can decide what you want about him. Moving on to his passive, which I really do like. This is probably his greatest strength or his greatest attribute. Forest Shadows at level 7, there is a 50% chance for one random hidden wild elf in the party to make a support attack to an ally's target and reduce the target's initiative by 20%. So it's a universal passive. It doesn't just work for Maeglin. It applies to any wild elf that's hidden, which is really neat. So if Egnor goes ahead and attacks Silvermoon, there is a 50% chance that either Idril, well, there she goes and attacks, or Maeglin will follow up with a support attack. Support attack. It's like what Suna does when a ally critically hits. She does the support attack. So as long as the wild elf is hidden, they will do a support attack for any of their allies. Well, a 50% chance. So we'll go ahead and attack Silvermoon again. Double strike, and there we go. There's the attack. And can we get another attack? Let's see. Idril, can you do it? Can you do it? No, she doesn't. What about Colonel? Decent damage. And then she goes ahead and attack. And get critical hit as well. That's a lot of damage coming out of this passive. As long as they're hidden, and the faction is built around hiding. So, you know, Colonel can hide. Casters and healers. Idril can hide with one of her abilities. And if she's already hidden, it increases the duration of her hide. Maeglin can hide himself as well. Maybe the healer of the faction will be able to hide. Well, if not, Colonel can hide her. So it'll be interesting. To be honest, the Wild Elf faction isn't a horrible faction. They've got some pretty neat synergy going on. I mean, it's a shame people are comparing them to the Archons. I get it. But the faction itself is actually pretty neat. I mean, in terms of synergy, I think this is probably one of my favorite factions. Like, they seem balanced. There isn't a whole bunch going on. The tank is doing the tank's job. It's protecting allies and forcing people to attack him. He also, he's not a proper tank. He doesn't have a permanent taunt. He has a bit of a support, more of a support tank role. You've got Idril, who's a caster. She is a bit of a support caster as well. Doesn't really deal in damage, but deals more in the support roles, like suppression, putting people to sleep, lowering damage, hiding. Maeglin seems like he could do a lot of damage as well. Egon, he's a pretty neat character. He can put characters to sleep, remove buffs as well, assuming that it's a very niche thing he's got. They have to be above 80% HP. I feel like if this faction got a decent hero with a decent leadership ability, they could probably do some work. Maeglin himself, though, there's nothing super special about him. I think his passive is probably the best part of him. His hiding, his crit for 2 turns is pretty decent. That's a lot of damage. Critical hit's always good, unless you're versing the Archons. I'm just not even going to bother. But yeah, I mean, I feel like his kit is pretty decent. He's a nice rogue. His bow looks awesome. I mean, his first character with a bow. What can you hate? The synergy between a team, I feel like it's best to use them with Wild Elves. You throw a Lucky into the team because our Colonel supports Lucky. They have them going for it. The critical hit is awesome. If you could buff him, maybe with a Danae, give him that boosted stat, he could probably do a lot more damage with his crit. Obviously, she's not a wild elf or a guardian of a rat, whatever they call him, protector of a rat. I've already forgotten it. Keeper of a rat. So, you'd be at a disadvantage with her on the field, but it'd just be interesting to see what you could buff his damage up to with that guaranteed crit. I'm pretty sure Colonel? I think someone on the team buffs damage anyway, but either way, he's a neat character. It's not super overpowered, not underwhelming. He's just a really neat character. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll answer it to the best of my ability, and wherever you're on the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.